some really scary news for NeNe Leakes about her son, Brentt, who is only 23 years old, suffered a heart attack and a stroke last week.
Wow.
And, you know, he has actually been in rehab. He's in the recovery process. Thankfully survived this. But NeNe finally addressed it today after we posted the story about his ordeal. She wanted her fans to know what was going on. Here's what she said.
They have run a number of tests on him to see what could have possibly made this happen to him. And we are still trying to figure out, because if we knew the cause, obviously they could treat the cause. It was very scary. Obviously a stroke is a very serious thing, and so he's struggling, you know, with speaking. And Brentt FaceTimed me this morning. He's in good spirits. You know, we are just shocked.
God.
Well, it's so good to hear that she FaceTimed Brentt this morning, because earlier in this video, she mentioned that Brentt's had trouble talking. And as she said, the biggest problem here just seems to be figuring out what exactly is the root cause that spurred this heart failure and this stroke. She said that he went under testing for HIV, for COVID, neither of which were positive. She also said he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. Some people have been pointing to his weight, and she says that's not a problem either.
Well, it's going to be something. And look, you know, whenever I hear stories like this, I got to tell you, it just really underscores that the most precious thing in life is health.
Yeah.
It is the most precious thing in life.
Unfortunately for NeNe and for Brentt, and what they're dealing with right now is that some people are just predisposed to having, and I know she said it's not his weight, and maybe it isn't, but sometimes the body just produces so much cholesterol, even at that young of an age, that it becomes an issue. And you would never know it. You know, we've talked about this, the fact that I don't forget what the number is, number of people who have heart attacks that there's no sign of it. Like, and you even said how you went and did the
I did one of those
tests.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a stress test. It was where they check the calcium in your heart and in your arteries. And what I was told was these stress tests that you know, when you get on a treadmill and everything else, I mean, everybody's probably heard the story. Somebody does it and they do great, and then they have a heart attack 3 days later. What I'm told is those stress tests are not really indicative of where you are heart-wise.
It doesn't have the detail that you need.
And also, you know, I just want to say one other thing. It's like, you know, when you get older, everybody says this is when you need to really be on top of things and go to the doctor and everything else. Sometimes it's even more important to go when you're younger to find out what's going on with you, because sometimes there are things that are just simmering that you don't know. And to go to a doctor, to get a physical, to even do one of those calcium checks, you know, if they're available, when you're young, it's probably more important to know what's going on inside, because when you're older, you kind of know anyway.
I just, you know, when you look at that video of NeNe, it's clear that she's just puzzled.
She's totally puzzled.
Because they're doing these tests, and I would hope, I don't know that they did a calcium test, but the fact that they haven't figured out yet what it is, and he's 23 years old,
it's unbelievable.
It's terrifying, because if they can't find the reason, then what do you do? Every day is, oh my God, I'm going to have another.
I know.
Hey, y'all, Diamond from Brooklyn. My heart really goes out to NeNe, especially because she just had a tremendous loss recently with her husband, Greg, who happens to be the father of Brentt. So even though the doctors don't know what was the cause of the stroke, stress is a direct correlation. Maybe he's still stressed from the passing of his father recently. Maybe it's the weight factor. It's really prominent in African Americans, but my heart goes out to them.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.